Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today for this game showcase. My name is Musa and I am one half of the Okidokiko team. Today we're going to be having a look at OK Golf HD. So this is a beautiful and streamlined golf game. It's a game that you play at your own pace, and that's really here to give you a nice moment of zen. So it's golf. It's a streamlined golf that you play on beautiful little dioramas. So let's just jump right in. What we're gonna do is we'll start with the tutorial, and from there I will take us through various holes from all of the different courses that we have. We have about 15 of them. We'll see how many we run through over this little hour that we're spending together. So one of the first things that you can see is we support keyboard and mouse as well as controller, and it really switches on the fly. So you can look around, go back to the ball, zoom in and zoom out, so you can really enjoy the dioramas as you'd like. And you can see that the tutorial detects just as you switch around, it automatically does it, so it's really convenient. Alright, so like I was saying, it's a streamlined golf game. We're trying to grab the essence of it, and that means that we basically have done away with all of the clubs and positioning on the ball, and we end up with three types of shots. Regular shots, so this is your usual shot that you would take maybe with an iron or whatnot. And then if you want extra range, what you do is you do a power shot, and you do that with the controller. You just hold the right trigger, with the mouse you just pull further. That gives extra range, but it's at the expense of precision, so you have a bit of a timing challenge to get the ball to land where you want it to. And once you land on the green, we switch to the putter, and that's all done automatically, and that means that you can't get the ball to fly from the green. You can chip in, but from further away. Right, so that's for the tutorial. Now let's get ourselves into a proper golf hole and play us some golf. So the tutorial was in Long Lake County, which is our first level, and it's inspired by one of the classic destinations, which is Augusta. And for every course we generally have 9 holes and a few little surprises that you'll have to discover. And you can then play each of them in time play and championship, but we're not going to look at that right now. And since we've already seen Georgia, let's just have a look at another type of course that we have. So this one is also based in the US. We kind of draw inspiration from images that we thought were beautiful, and try and recreate a golf course around those. So here we're in Arizona, and as you can see, the atmosphere and the mood changes completely. And one of the first things that we've done with this HD version of the game is new lighting, beautiful skyboxes, lots and lots of detail everywhere, and it really gives us a beautiful diorama that's honestly super soothing to look at and a lot of fun to play. And it even has coyotes that remind you to play your shots. So our brand of golf, as it were, is one where you kind of have to keep your eye out for shortcuts. Whoops, there we go. The fairways are a little bit slippery, so keep your eye out for shortcuts and slopes. And if you're a better golfer than me, you can actually find shortcuts that allow you to play the hole in less shots, so that might be a birdie or sometimes even an eagle or albatross. We've had players find really crazy shortcuts. So here I'm gonna play a little bit of very badly play a different kind of golf, which is one where shortcuts are part of the game. And as you can see, I kind of cut through the course and found myself a nice little shortcut. Of course, since I played so poorly earlier, it's not actually going to help me score better, but it allows me to show you guys a little bit of how it plays a little bit different than the classic golf. And I am doing really poorly today. Maybe it's the nerves, who knows. Let's try again. Get ourselves on the putting green. Nope. Oh no, actually, yay. We'll be able to chip in with a triple bogey. Ta-da! Yeah, not so good. So let's go to some maybe more favorable skies. Alright, so Desert Canyon, the next course that we're gonna have a look at is a little bit further away, here in Japan. And our inspiration, and this one is kind of the nice gardens that you can find in Japan. This one is a nice moonlit garden. So let's try hole 2. Beautiful lights. So the demo is currently actually playable, and if you haven't tried it yet, as you can see, we take quite a bit of the guesswork out of aiming your shots. In a lot of golf games, taking your shot is almost a science in itself, and you kind of have to figure out what to do. And here we've got a par 4, so I'm kind of, it's been a while since I played this one, so I kind of have to figure out. I think I already missed the shortcut, but no matter, we'll just play it regular. Yeah, well, if I play over, I think I'll end up in the dirt, which is not really where I want to be. Okay, this is going to be a bit tricky for me to actually do it in par. Ay ay ay. Well, you know what they say, right? Developers are seldom the best at their own games. And I guess you can see that here in full display. So one of the things that we've been doing here is, for each of these levels, we try and have a bit of a story and a nice little progression, where you might start here in the moonlight, but as you play more of the holes, you can see like the world around you change a little bit. And here we can see that we're slowly going towards the morning, so we have a nice dawn feeling. And there's a bit of a weird effect with the fireflies. I'm not really sure what's happening there, but It'll all be solved by release, don't worry. We've got nice lights. And my nemesis, the flag. Alright, let's play us some golf. So again, if you observe each course well, you can kind of see that there's often fairways off course. And one thing that we've also added to help you is a way to see where your ball is going to be landing. I call it the landing camera, and it's super helpful to figure out where your shots are going to hit and avoid falling into something that you might not want to. Alright, I think I might actually be able to chip this one and redeem myself. No! Okay, still. This is gonna be a nice birdie. My first birdie tonight. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so the way the game works is to unlock each hole you need to play the previous one or the current one at bogey or better, so you need to get a star to play the next level, and if you play better you get more stars. Simple, like we like it too. So next course we're gonna have a look at is we're back in the US, in Hawaii. After all, it is one of the prime golfing destinations. We couldn't not go there. And as you can see, we have nice. We can hear the waves, and now we can actually see them. And, beautiful flowers and lush greenery. But in this one, we've got a storm coming. It really is a lot of fun creating these levels and adding all of this little detail, and we hope that you enjoy it. Do feel free to join us on Discord, or actually try out the demo. It's going to be playable up until the end of the Steam Summer Festival, so I think that's until Monday or Tuesday, and you've got all of the first course available there. I kind of put myself in a bit of a weird spot here. If I hit the tree, let's see, can I find an angle? Alright. Yeah, so as you in the background you can kind of see we add a little bit of mood and character. So here it's a shipwreck. It's a way for us to frame the shots, and something for players to discover. Oh man, I'm really double left-handed today. So you know, there's only so much we can help you. The game can help me playing. If you're terrible, you're terrible. But the good news is, it's okay to be terrible. Because after all, the goal is to have a relaxing round of golf. And to pick the challenge that you feel like playing. And you can see the sky is getting darker and darker, so watch out. Okay, and now make it to the other side. Come on. Come on, come on. Boom. Oof, this was really close, but I think we'll go for the chip in. Yeah, you kind of have to wait. If you land on surfaces that are obstacles, so that would be bunkers, rocks, the rough, you get a distance and a precision penalty. We're still working on all of the range penalties and all of that, but the idea is that you have to get yourself out of it. So Aberdeen is the first level that introduces a new gameplay mechanic, and as you can hear, it's a little bit windy out here. And the grass, the all new beautiful grass that Charles has been working hard on, tells you where the wind's coming from. Let's admire it a little bit before we take that shot. This one's a very straightforward shot. It's you, the green, and our new friend the wind. So as you can see here, my shot is straight, but as I go against the wind, the indicator goes sideways depending on where the wind is going. So here, what you want to do is take that into consideration and play your shot with the fact that you have a deviation in mind. So if you have a look here, I'm just gonna play a regular shot. You can see it goes completely sideways to the right. So I'm just gonna restart because this was a terrible shot. But there are tricks you can use to kind of keep your shots precise, and one of them is to actually use the environment. And what I'm gonna do here is take my shot and land it in the rough, which I kind of messed it, but let's try again. The idea is you land in the rough, but just at the edge, and what that does is slows down your ball, and you end up on the fairway without. All right. That was close. So this should allow me to at least get onto the fairway, although it's going to be a little bit trickier than I would have liked. Aye. No matter. We're close enough that I think we can do a chip in, and you can hear the seagulls laughing at my golf prowess. Damn you birds! Don't worry though, they won't be stealing any balls. Let's have, so in Aberdeen, one of the things that we wanted to explore, since it's meant to take place in Scotland, is the beautiful coastline and the ruins. Ghosts not included, but there are some secrets for you to find, of course. So keep an eye out. We won't spoil any here, but you do get a bit of variety in the holes you play. So here you can see the sun's out, and we've got beautiful lighting and castle-y ruins. It really is just, looking at it is soothing. Alright, let's play some golf. So this would be the main path if I wanted to play regular golf, but I am playing OK golf, so I'm gonna try and sneak in and get myself a little bit further. Aye. Da-da-da. I think that should get me a little bit further. This one's going to be a bit trickier. Yay. Yeah, because it's a pretty steep slope, you can use it to yeah, and here if you notice the shot curves, and the stronger the shot, the stronger the curve. This is because of the wind. Normally you would have a very straight shot. So you really have to be careful and take that into account. here, I'd really like to chip it in because I don't have much faith in my roll ability. Yes, that was a beautiful shot, if I may say so. Alright, so this is Aberdeen. As you can see, like, the holes are bite-sized, but they do offer quite a bit of variety, and there's lots of shots to find. Like, the paths that I'm taking are only some of the possibilities. And like I was saying, some players have really surprised us with by finding shots and shortcuts that we hadn't even thought of or hadn't planned. And there's been some crazy eagles in some of them. So here we're in hot and humid Miami with a nice blue sky, and it wouldn't be Miami without some lounge chairs. So, you know, if you just want to have a look at what's happening on the green and chill out. Maybe we should add a spectator mode where you can just sit on the sidelines and look at people play. Speaking of spectator mode, we actually will be shipping with multiplayer, both local and online. And it's going to be both a classic mode where you're just playing your regular golf, and another all-new mode called KO Golf, where the rules change a little bit, just a little bit. We'll try and have a live stream organized around that sometime in the future. So here in Florida, the big challenge is, you can see that there's a bit of wind. We can see the gusts of wind in the sky. But there's also those nice round small hills that you have to play on or around, so you have to be really careful with the bounce and the roll. And here I'm actually not really sure how to approach. Let's try. Okay. Here I have bunker. No, I'm just on the edge. So started pretty rough, but I'm starting to feel quite lucky, to be honest. So let's take us some risks. Yeah, but then I'll be falling in the rough, which is not ideal. So the trees, if you hit the canopy, you'll actually it'll slow down the ball, so you have to be careful because it'll make you drop vertically right away, whereas the trunk, that's just a hard collision, so you have to watch out for that. Moink. Alright, par, not too bad. It's an honorable score. Onwards! So the next one we're gonna have a look at is the birthplace. Actually, I'm not sure if it's England or Scotland that was the birthplace of golf. I'm sure I probably inadvertently started a war just right here. But one of the popular places for golf is England, and here we are. So true to and here we based ourselves on real life. So this is taking place in Somerset, England, and we have both wet and dry levels, and it's not only decorative, it actually has an impact on gameplay. And you can see here, beautiful Somerset. We're playing next to someone's cottage. Hopefully they don't mind the many screams of 4. Can I actually? No, that's I don't think that's possible. But I think we might pay this cottage a closer visit. Yeah. Sorry, mate. just passing by. And you can see nice flowers. No wind, but just a little bit of rain, which we will see soon. Oh man, I think I might have been able to do a birdie here, but it'll be for another day. You can kind of see this one's already a little bit darker. I think it's gonna rain soon. And you have a choice actually while you play. You can either just keep to the soothing sounds of nature. You see here, if you notice in the shot I just took, it kind of deviated because I hit the top of the tree. So now I'm gonna have to adjust my shots. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to get over these. Actually maybe just under. You know, it's all in the creativity. Look at that. So yeah, as I was saying, we have sounds that try and we try to recreate as authentic a sound as possible for each of the locations that we take you to, both for the birds and some of the other sounds that you can hear. But now we also have a really beautiful soundtrack that Hakon Davidson has graciously contributed, and it's the piano you're hearing in the background. We have about 5 tracks already, and there's going to be more coming. And you can actually, I'll link the SoundCloud in the video description, but it's really nice music that complements the game really well. So I am chasing the rain, but I have not found it yet. Let's find us some rain. I thought this level would already have the rain, but clearly the forecast was wrong. Well, I guess we are in the dry season. The skies have already cleared. We'll have to come back to the rainy days another day. Not that anyone would come playing in the sun. Right, so this was one of our first exotic levels, and the idea was that you're playing on the famous and very recognizable Parisian rooftops, complete with the Eiffel Tower, Vespa sounds, and even you know, some neighbors you might be able to find out, an artist or two, or maybe a rat cooking delicious meals. And of course, as with all of our levels, you can also golf. And the gardens are inspired by the royal gardens that you have in Versailles or even in the Champs-Élysées. So it's kind of a mix and match of the best that Paris has to offer. And you can kind of see it's almost to scale. There's a parterre of flowers, and we're gonna still be adding some detail here and there, like maybe smoke for some of the chimneys and whatnot. So the next level we're gonna look at is also high up, but this one's a little bit less populated, and this is in the Himalayas. It's the imaginary, but not too far from reality festival. And as you can hear in the background, it is quite windy. But you've got a beautiful cliffside, and we're next to a glacier with the Himalayas in the background. We've also added little props that react to the wind, like the banners. Struggling a little bit with the camera, so and of course the wind that reacts. There you can see the little flags waving in the wind on the grass. So here you kind of, the big challenge is of course the wind, but also the fact that it's a steep cliff, and if you miss your shot, that's directly out of bounds. So you really have to be very, very precise with your shots. The idea was to kind of give you the feeling you would have if you were on a trek, or even golfing high up. There actually is a golf course, I think, in the Himalayas. We actually base ourselves off of. If I am not wrong, it's in Nepal, but I need to look it up again. It's advertised as the highest golf course, but I don't think it's part of any of the masters. So here we're going to try and use the little trick with the rough to kind of keep us on the fairway. Come on. Alright. Oh man, I was not paying attention. Alright, let's try again. Off we go. Okay, actually I didn't even need the this one's gonna be an interesting shot. So it's quite interesting, but with hard cliffs, when you play, even if it's a wide passage, it creates a little bit more tension, because you kind of have that cliff in your mind, and on your mind rather, and it's looming large. So where is this one? Alright, so this one is a kind of a bit of a valley, and rather than a dog leg, it's almost like a U-turn. You kind of have to find your way. I think I see the shortcut here. And suddenly very, very strong wind. Have to be careful with that. I may have messed it up a little bit. See, with all of these travel restrictions and worries about traveling, you don't need to. Just launch OK Golf and you can go almost anywhere in the world and play yourself a nice round of golf. Even in places where there actually isn't a golf course. So for the next one, we are taking you on a small stroll in Colorado, and what we have you doing is, you know, you start in a nice, beautiful, crisp morning on an autumn day. You can kind of see the leaves falling and a nice blue sky. So here the challenge is fighting the path. So it's a very open level. You can kind of see it here. You could go right, you could go left, and you kind of have to figure out which one of the two is actually the most optimal. It's not always the one you think of. And on the way you can meet some of the local inhabitants. Here we have Mr. Pumpkin and his little babies. And behind all of this, my nemesis, the flag. So I think I'm gonna try this way. Can I actually land on a safe? Yes, okay. Let's go for it. Oof, that was a little bit too close for comfort. And now I need to try and see if I can find an opening between the trees. Yeah, this landing camera is a game changer in terms of how to take your shots, because you can kind of okay. You can see where you're landing, and that makes it much easier. Didn't help me here, but that wasn't the camera's fault. That was all me. The tools were good, the user not so much. Damn, I put the trigger way too early. Come on, one last try, and after that, if I don't make it, I will have to take the pedestrian way. Yeah, the greens can be quite treacherous. You can kind of see that the slope's stronger than it looks. So when landing on it particularly, you have to be careful. Unlike me. Bogey! So, like with most of our levels, Colorado also has a nice progression, a thematic progression. And in this one we kind of went with a Sleepy Hollow Halloween vibe. And this is just one of the levels. It's more gradual. Here I'm kind of showing you two extremes. But you can kind of see that it's dark and moody. And you have some angry inhabitants now. They're tired of all of this trespassing with the golf balls and the yelling of the fours. Oh man. Hopefully none of the grass catches fire. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be... So this one's because of the darkness, there's a bit of an added challenge in that you kind of have to look ahead and find the best way. I don't think I can make it through this dense forest, so we're gonna... Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go the long way. Let's try and land here. And make our our way across the water. Yeah, you can see the sky's a bit ominous and everything's drenched in fog. No matter, we are brave golfers and onwards we forge our path. I think I should be able... Oof, this one's going to be a bit of a doozy. Hey, not too bad. We managed par. So another one that has a day-night cycle is Juovlastalu Park, which takes place in Finland. And here our inspiration is the Great North above the Arctic Circle. And we start you off in a nice crisp day. So if you've ever been there, like depending on the time of the year, you get a really unique lighting, and we've done that here with pinkish skies and the trees as well. And here we have a snowstorm, so you can kind of see visibility is a bit affected, and you have to be careful. And just like in Colorado, you have some jolly fellas that are here to encourage you. A little bit blurry, but there we go. You can see it's Mr. Snowman and his son or daughter. Okay, so let's golf a little bit. Sorry about the camera movement. I'm still getting used to the controller. Alright, so a bit high. I'm not really sure where the shortcut is. We'll play it safe. You can see the wind here is not too strong, but it allows you to actually have your shot a little bit curved. Womp womp womp. I managed to snow myself in. I'm gonna have to hit extra hard to get out. Oh yeah, alright. Yeah, I'd be curious to find out if there's actually courses that are open in winter where you can play in the middle of the snow. And boom. Funnily enough, the first time I ever played golf was in Iceland. My very first job in the games industry. It wasn't in winter, so I can't tell you about golfing in the snow, but it was beautiful. So the first hole we just saw is daytime with a little bit of wind, and the next one that we're gonna have a look at is kind of more of a Christmas market feeling with the beautiful auroras and night lights. It's really gorgeous. And you have your horizon. It's just a joy to just look at. And you can see winter feel with Christmas trees and even Santa's sleigh with gifts. We'll have a closer look at it. Let's find our way. Okay, I think I have we're gonna go and visit the elves. So these are actually based on traditional houses that you can see in some regions in Finland and I think Sweden. And traditional Swami houses. Yeah, my shot's a little bit short. It's okay, we'll snow it in and figure out the rest. Yeah, so as I was saying, see, we've got Santa's sleigh with the gift box. And who knows who's behind that door. Hopefully they don't mind us golfing by. Come on, yes, I can actually... Dun, dun, dun. Birdie! So this one's actually not too hard. So after the snow, of course, we kind of had to go all the other way. This one's we're gonna skip. It's for the anniversary we had a mix of all levels. But here we're gonna actually play golf in the deserts in Egypt. Let's see. So this is a work in progress build, so all of the images that you see will be updated to reflect the actual ones. But we're just gonna play a small selection. As you can see, we've got the heat wave, we've got the pyramids in the background, we've got the oasis look, of course, the flag, and some ruins. So let's have a look at this level. You can kind of see that the sand's taking over, and that there looks to be something over there. Shall we have a look at the tomb? Let's have a look. It's a little bit too inconspicuous. Pardon my French. But can I make it move? Or will I be falling? Oh, that camel is laughing at me. I think I managed to get myself stuck in here. No. Let's get out and try again. Oh. Golf is about finessing, not brute force. What have we here? So we not only did the outside of the pyramids, but we actually also have the insides. And with each of them, I'm not gonna spoil too much of it, but there's puzzles to be played, and you need to find the way out, basically. But it was a lot of fun creating these little dioramas and miniatures. There's lots of little details and stories being told in them. But I'm gonna let you guys discover it. Try not to spoil too much of it. We'll go back to the actual surface. What level shall we play? Let's try this one. So you can see that there is a sandstorm approaching, and might need to hurry back. Four. Can I make it? No, there's no way I can get a bird on this one. Especially not if I land in the bird. Quick. Back to the clubhouse. Yeah, you can see that the sandstorms really made it. And you can see the little details, the strata, and we seem to be next to some ruins, but and the pyramids in the background. We're very, very close. You know, it's kind of like in the Indiana Jones Tomb Raider. The moment you get close to the treasure, all hell breaks loose. Alright, but we're here to golf. We won't unleash the 7 plates. Hopefully we can just unleash beautiful drives. So we've got an interesting putting green here. It's going to require us, and I'm in the rough, so on the plus side I don't need to putt up. On the downside it's going to be so close. Oops, I think I broke some. Oh, ay. Alright. Chip in. I think I'm gonna have to be a bit patient. And 4. Ay. It's all the sand in my eye, you know. It's gonna be triple bogey. And we were doing so well. Time to go home. Yeah, so some levels still need a little bit of work. We're going through them one by one. So this is the other magical land. Here our inspiration was more of the King Arthur legend. So this is Wales. The Linkapel ruins in Wales. And you can kind of see with nice lavender fields. It's really got this unique and whimsical look with some spirits for you to discover. So this is another one of our levels where there's quite a few secrets for you to find. Yeah, actually, sorry, it's not lavenders, it's bluebells. My botanical skills are about as good as my golfing ones, as you can see. And actually here you can kind of see that the environment is making, since it's one of the later holes, we're asking the player a little bit more in terms of managing their shot. So the tree is hindering the view a bit. So I won't be able to birdie it. They'll have to settle for par. we've really got this kind of dreamlike world. We've worked really hard to make sure that each course feels unique. So can I actually get across? I have to be careful. Yeah, no, it's too close to the trees. I'm gonna have to. Can I restart? Because I don't want to be the bogeyman. I think that's okay. How are we gonna make it there? Let's try this way. I don't want to overshoot. I pulled the trigger a little bit too early. I was gonna say I didn't want to fall into the bluebells, but I guess I shouldn't have been so trigger happy. Good news is we get to see the little blue imp up close. Well, I tried, but it's still gonna be bogeyman. And we're slowly reaching the end of our current levels. So the next one is literally taking us to the moon. We wanted to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Apollo mission, and we're starting it from the ground floor. So we're here in Cap Canaveral in Florida, and well, as you can probably guess,
T-minus 15 seconds, guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9, ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Roger, we got a roll for power clear. Roger, roll.
Onwards and upwards. So now we need to catch up with it. Let's go. Okay, this is gonna be a tricky shot. Ta-da! And off we go to the moon. And no moonshot would be complete without, you know, an Earthrise. This is based on the iconic photo that one of the Japanese lunar probes took. And we thought it would complement the level really well. So one thing that we did with the moon level is the gameplay has changed again. And as you might have guessed, you now have to deal with gravity. And you can see the ball behaves quite differently, both on the bounce and on the loft. So you can't really depend on the shot indicator. Generally, the shot will actually might land a little bit further, and might land on it. That and the bounces are all a little bit different. So it's not only the visuals, but you also have to take the new physics into consideration. It's a lot of fun. This level actually was a lot of fun to build, and it's a nice change of pace in the gameplay. So we're really looking forward to bringing it into the full game. And we've got the rover and the actual Apollo capsule. There's a few Easter eggs. If you look out for them, you actually might find some astronauts, you know, busying about. You might even need your help to get back home. So that's we only saw one of our secret levels, which is the one that we saw in Egypt. But every course has secrets to discover, and each of them are a little bit unique. So we're gonna leave the moon and go to another world. It is also dark, but it's a little bit different. So this is Ares 1980X, and different kind of golf. It's our tribute to the 1980s virtual reality world and Tron-like games. And as you can see, you're kind of in the Matrix with snakes that are a bit reminiscent of, you know, those Nokia phones. So green is good, red is not so good, and you have to be careful because if you hit the snake, it will actually put you out of bounds, reset you. We're very early in the conception of these levels, so this is really more of a test visual than an actual level, but we're having a lot of fun exploring this and bringing it to life. It's going to be a really different kind of golf. So let's cut out of here. You kind of have to be careful with the challenge. The challenge is you have to kind of manage the snake, so there's a time pressure. We're almost there. And we have one last little thing to one last little surprise to show. You might have seen it if you checked out our dev blogs, but we've been working on a new course that's a little bit more whimsical and fantastic, and it's a felt kind of a woolly world or felt world. We don't really know, we don't have a name yet, but you're in a world made out of fabric, and it's really gorgeous and it's very beautiful. We're super early right now. We're just exploring the visuals, and it's so new that we don't even have a menu to select it, so I'm using our dev tools to go and have a look at it. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome to Not Yoshi's Woolly World. But we've got really amazing, beautiful water. Actually, let me change a few things to have you guys see this a bit better. To get to enjoy the fabric of it all. It's really, really, really beautiful. So you've got trees made out of fabric, felt, wool, bunkers, denim, water, complete with a nice zippers, and velvety green. So it's just beautiful to look at, and it's a lot of fun to create. Oh, and I even forgot the leathery dirt. Like I was saying, it's a very whimsical world, and you can kind of see it in motion here. You've got balls of yarn, giant balls of yarn. So this is currently just visual exploration. We still have to actually create the levels, make the layouts, so we'll be showcasing more and more of this course in the coming days and weeks. And on this beautiful note, we're reaching the end of the live stream. I really hope you enjoyed your time, and that you're gonna check out the game. It's the demo is currently playable, like I was mentioning, where it's playable during the Steam Summer Festival. And if you like what you see, feel free to wishlist us. Drop in the forums or on Discord. I'll be linking all of those in the video descriptions, or just browse to our page. And I really hope you check it out. Thanks again, take care, and see you on our next live stream. We have another one in about 9 hours. We're trying to reach all of the time zones, so check out our news page and feel free to set yourself a reminder. Take care, and see you on the greens. Bye bye.